Well, now, as they say, for something completely different. I was perusing one of the very many advertising emails I get from Aliexpress the other day, and I spotted this little fellow, and I thought, yeah, that's quite interesting. I quite like the look of that. I think at the time I bought this, it was £10, £10.50. I think about 11 quid now. I mean, due to the exchange rate changing, the price of these things changes all the time. Obviously, it took a few weeks to get here. It's coming from China. But I thought you guys might be interested in this. You know, there might be somebody out there that it would appeal to. Yeah, let's have a closer look at it. Before I turn it on, I'll just throw up a quick screen grab from the Aliexpress website. So I'll read out the description. It's quite long for such a small item. It's made by a company called, I think you pronounce it Lothye, Lothye. And according to the description, it is a voice-activated 1.3-inch music spectrum rhythm level indicator VU meter HD LCD color analog multi-mode GPS aluminium alloy. Not quite sure where the GPS bit comes into it, but there you go. So basically what it is, it's a little tiny 1.3-inch color LCD screen which puts a display up like an old-fashioned VU meter. So we'll turn it on. There we go. So it will almost certainly go off. It switches off after about 5 to 10 seconds if it doesn't detect any sound input. But that's basically what it is. And I just thought this was quite an interesting thing. It's very, very small. Like I said, there's my hand, there's my fingers, so you can see how tiny it actually is. But it's interesting. It's got 10 different screens, and you can go through those screens. This little button on the side here. Okay, this is a push button, and it's also a toggle button, so you can move it up or down. And we'll get to that in a bit. But let's just go through the screens first. So there's no instructions that came with this, typical of stuff from China. But there was a little bit of information on the website, and I also managed to find a seller on eBay selling these, and there was more instructions on the eBay website. So kind of between those two things, plus experimentation, I've worked out how it works. So the push button changes the modes. A short press will change the mode. Should get up. You get these. There, as I say, I think there's 9 different displays plus a clock display. Again, a long press will invert the display, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm just going to go through the various different VU meter styles that we've got available to us. Not quite sure about that one. I think you think that one would be in the middle, but it's not. Whoops. More of a sort of speedometer style with that one. But as you can see, it's picking up my voice, and I'm probably, I don't know, about 18 inches away from it where I'm speaking. So, but you can adjust the sensitivity, and again, I'll demonstrate that later. So you get there's quite a few options with the displays, and I actually personally like the first one, which is the basic old-fashioned VU meter. Now that one is, as you can see, bar graph type display. It's almost spectrum analyzer style, which is nice to have if you like that kind of display. That's the clock. Now, took me a while to work out how to set the clock up. Basically, if you push the toggle switch up, it moves the minute hand. I think it increments the minute hand. If you push it down, it increments the hour hand. So that's basically how you set the timer up. That's also quite a nice one, like an old ammeter style. Pretty good, really. I think we're getting near the end now. Oh, so it's upside down. There, that's quite a nice one. There's all burnt orange background. I quite like that. That's quite pleasant. And I think that's the final one. Like I said, if you hold it down, it will invert the display. So it's upside down. So, yeah. And we should toggle back down to the original. Yes, we're back on the original. Yeah, so I'm going to demonstrate what happens when you use the toggle when you've got one of the VU modes up. So we're going to push the toggle up. I'm going to use a cotton bud because it's bloody fiddly to do this with your fingers. So now that little display there, I don't know whether you can read it, but it says gain and a number after it. And obviously, as you push the toggle up, it increases. That number will increase every time I push the toggle up. And if I come from the other side, it should decrease. And basically what you're adjusting there, as it says, is gain, and it's the sensitivity of the thing, really. Okay, final test. Let's see how they work with some music. So what I've done is I've set them both to exactly the same gain, 26, using my MZR50 Sony mini disc player. And we got some YouTube audio library music in there. So let's close in on the VU meters and see what it looks like. Okay. Way too loud. Better. Still tipping out a bit, isn't it? Yeah, pretty good. So change the mode, shall we? Yeah, I think they're pretty good. Now, since I got these, I've discovered that they do I think it's a 2.4-inch version. So I've ordered a couple of those. They're a little bit more expensive, but not much. So when I get those, we'll see how they perform. Yeah, pretty good. Well, let's hope they don't turn off before the next track starts. Feel like we should be okay. Come on. Well, there we go. Well, I think that'll about do for the little look at these little tiny VU meters. I think I've covered everything. Hope you've enjoyed the video as always, and like I said, when I get the 2.4 inch ones, I will go through and do a similar thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers!